Hi, this is Chester Moore with Higher Calling Wildlife. Black panthers do not exist as a species. There is no such species as a black panther. However, people report seeing large black cats they call black panthers throughout the United States of America. What are people seeing? We're going to talk about this in this 8-part series. Now that I have your attention, I'm going to restate the facts. There is no such species as a black panther. If you look at any wildlife field guide from anywhere in the world, you will not see an animal called a black panther. Yes, there are large black cats seen in zoos and on television programs. These are leopards and jaguars that have melanistic offspring, whereas albinism is basically a lack of pigment. Melanism is a hyper amount of dark colored pigment. So you will have leopards, which are typically yellow and spotted, that will throw black offspring. The same for jaguars. And by the way, if you look close enough on either one of those or in the right light, you will see the spots under the black. But there is no such species that is only black all the time that is called a black panther. So what are people seeing? Well, we're going to investigate this very deeply in what begins now. To kick off my series, Higher Calling Wildlife, an investigative wildlife series, we're going to have an 8-part series on black panthers. And we're going to talk about every aspect, and probably aspects you've never thought of. We're going to talk about the possibility of black cougars, aka mountain lions. We're going to talk about a cat most people don't know exists called the jaguarundi. And we're going to talk about a term that I coined, the black longtail, and how I believe that is a big link in the black panther phenomenon. But to start things off, we're going to kill a myth right now. I don't know how many times I've heard that what established black panther populations in America was a circus train crashing. My friend Michael Mays, who wrote a great book on the topic, says that a circus train apparently is the least safe place to be in the entire world because they crash all the time. I've heard this constantly over the years. And it's kind of funny because you got to think about this. Circus train crashes. Animals get out. How many times have you seen melanistic leopards or jaguars in a circus at any point anyway? Those are the two hardest wildcats to work with in captivity. Usually it's tigers and lions. Why don't we have feral populations of Bengal tigers running around? It just happens to be that circus train crash and there were enough male and female black panthers, and these crashes happen all around America and established population. That's absolutely bogus. Now the second thing people say is that because there have been a lot of exotic cats in the pet trade over the years, these are escaped animals that have established populations. I do not believe that either. I believe certain cases of sightings could be escaped exotics. Certainly, exotic cats have escaped. However, that is not the number one source of black panther sightings. It's the same principle as the circus train. So you have a black leopard escapes in Florida. A black leopard escapes in Arkansas. A black leopard escapes in Ohio. What are the chances of these cats getting together, producing offspring that are also black leopards or black jaguars or whatever you want to put in there? It just doesn't make sense. But it's a convenient thing for people to say, to write this off, that there's nothing else going on but escaped exotic pets. Now, of course, like I said, and we're going to talk about in another episode, some cases of not just, leopards and jaguars that have escaped, but other exotics that have escaped to build our case that this isn't what's going on. But I wanted to talk about this right off. That's the number one thing scoffers say about the black panther phenomenon. It is escaped exotics. It is not escaped exotics on the grand scale of what is going on. Absolutely, unequivocally, no. So, what is really going on out here? Well, I believe there are numerous answers to this. And we're going to talk about this in this 8-part series. But now, please subscribe to this channel. Chester Moore, wildlife journalist and investigator. You're going to get this whole series and weekly series here on YouTube. Lots of really cool stuff coming up. And this is a passion of mine, talking about this cat topic. And we're going to go super, super deep into this. Now, part of this is I have had people that read my work, listen to my podcast and radio program, see me on television, contribute photos and videos and accounts of all kinds of wild animal situations throughout the world. And we're going to show some of those on this particular series. And to give you a little bit of taste of what we're going to see, here's a video that's really interesting. We're going to break this one down in the episode I call The Black Longtail. Enjoy this, subscribe to the channel, and come back next week for part 2 of our series on Black Panthers.